Howdy everyone, Tumbleweed here. I'm ever grateful to my growing loyal fan base who've been buying my latest Tumbleweed Saga, Noasis Reprise, online in print, audio, and ebook. Now in my previous video, I spoke to the concept of principled fiction. I suggested that the justice and redemption embedded within the Tumbleweed Sagas is dependent on their moral foundation, as in your justice, or maybe my justice. So in talking about justice and redemption, permit me to offer a bit of a tease toward my third Tumbleweed saga, Noasis Deceit, to be released on August 11th. Now in this scene, Texas Ranger Captain Luke Dunn is on his way home from a special mission and encounters a lone traveler, a fellow named Walker Carlson. Now Walker Carson, he limped gingerly along the road to Laredo. He'd turned his ankle and his horse had pulled up lame. Carson had also been on the receiving end of a brave bank teller's bullet, and though it only grazed him, it certainly added to his woes. The teller's shot had caused Carson to drop the bag of money. He'd escaped with no loot. It seemed as though life could hardly get any worse. He was ever frustrated with the ill-fated paths life seemed to take. We'll move ahead a little bit. He saw a live oak mott off in the distance. Some cool shade would bring welcome relief to his ailing body from the burning rays of the summer sun. He wished he could walk faster, but the ankle and the heat simply wouldn't allow it. Carson had walked to within a couple hundred yards of the mott. His ankle hurt like hell, and now his horse began to get a bit skittish. He just about halved the distance when a voice behind him startled him nearly out of his pants. "You looking for something, friend?" Luke had his rifle at the ready. "Turn real slow light and keep your hands where I can see 'em." Carson obeyed. "I'm Texas Ranger Captain Luke Dunn. 'Pears you've had some trouble." Luke had become the master of understatement when the situation suited it. "What's your name?" Carson found himself face to face with a man half-foot taller and pointing a rifle at his midsection. To make matters worse, the sun reflected from a Texas Ranger badge. In his travels, he vaguely recalled having heard of some ranger bringing tough justice to the Noasis Strip. It'd be just his luck to fall into that particular ranger's clutches. Name's Walker Carson. I'm traveling to Laredo, Captain. Had a bit of a scrap in San Diego, sir." He quickly recognized this as a time for respect, not swagger. "What happened to your horse?" Pulled up lame." Luke deduced that the steed had been ridden too hard for too long. It appeared otherwise to be a healthy horse. "Where's your water?" Carson couldn't admit that he'd escaped without any. His mind was racing to conduct a plausible story. "Somebody shot at me, put a hole through my canteen, wouldn't hold water nohow." Luke's instincts were now working in overdrive. This character had obviously been up to no good. There was no way the man would make it to Laredo with no water. "I'd be happy to help you get back to San Diego." This was the last thing Carson wanted to hear. There was no way he was going back to face his crime. I'm scared to go back. Just as soon be heading toward Laredo if it's all the same to you." Now, what's Luke going to do there? Of course, you're going to have to read Noasis Deceit when it comes out in August to find out. But you might ask yourself whether you might have exercised the same judgment as my protagonist, Texas Ranger. Now, with Tumbleweed Sagas, I've striven to weave a great cast of characters into a fast-paced storyline, mixed in just a dose of raw edginess, and steadfastly maintained key principles of justice and redemption to produce what I see as an epic series of novels. It's no-hold-barred action set on the Texas frontier of 1850s. Now, y'all are invited to my Noasis Reprise book signing on Saturday, June 27th at 1 o'clock at the Barnes & Noble in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, you can purchase Noasis Reprise online in print, audio, or ebook from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and directly from my publisher at defiancepress.com. Now, I do offer special thanks to my readers that post reviews. They are really helpful. Y'all also might want to read or listen to Noasis Justice, the first Tumbleweed saga. Thanks, and y'all really do take care now.